dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. People dance.
Hi, everybody. It is Tammy P, ads and marketing expert. Hello. How's everyone doing today? Put some more light on me. All right, today I'm going live on why email marketing is really critical to your success. So a couple weeks ago, I did a live on, I did a whole live obviously on marketing trends, right? So I've been a little bit like, I've noticed that the market has shifted, okay? And one thing that I want to say is I'm noticing what the influencers are doing and what's important, right? So definitely like you want to pay attention to the trends, right? So I'm going to unpack some, and we've been talking about what we need to do in 2025, right? And knowing that things are changed, we need to shift our marketing and our ads and our funnels and all the things in order to make things work now, right? And so some things that I've noticed, like influencers or people that are, have bigger followings in the online space, they're really doubling down on email. So that's what I really want to focus on today. Why email is critical to your success. And I have a lot to say about it. And then I'm going to do a training on, I'm going to do a whole training on how to like do your email newsletter. So a little bit of a training as well. So why email newsletters are critical to your success. If you're not building your email list on a regular, consistent manner, you're missing out. So we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to get into training using my funnel club on how to actually set up an email newsletter quite quickly. Okay. So first I want to talk about why email newsletters are critical importance. Okay. I have these conversations with my clients every single day. I was actually talking to a client yesterday who feels nervous around sending emails. Okay. But the thing is, if you have a way in which to consistently grow your email list, you won't feel nervous about growing it. And one of the reasons why, and why other influencers and people talk about why it's really critically important to do email, is because we're growing our own email list, right? Versus if we are like on social media and we decide, oh, we don't want to do Instagram anymore, we want to do YouTube, we have not built our list, right? We've got to move platforms. And how do we communicate with people? That's one reason why, right? Social media is great. I love social media, but I feel like there's all of it is on like, hey, get viral and all this stuff, versus like good business practice to get in the habit of growing your email list and doing this in a consistent way and having a method for that. And I'll share with you my favorite method, but the whole point is, one of the things I talk about, because I teach ads and I talk about ads to my clients, and I'm an expert in ads, is like, if you're going to amp up your, like pay money and do some list building ads, you want to have good email communication, because if somebody new is coming in, then like if they come in and, well, we don't communicate, then what's going to happen? They just saw an ad on Facebook. We're not sending out a regular email newsletter or sending out emails. They're going to forget about you. And the whole thing is, if you pay for a lead, if you pay for somebody new to come in your world, I don't care if you're running ads, I don't care if you're doing speaking, I don't care if you're going to local networking. It doesn't matter the way in which you get more leads. You need to be sending emails, because they will forget about you. And the whole thing with social's great. Again, love social, but it's now direct way into somebody's email inbox, right? I have clients where they're more on LinkedIn. I have clients where they're more on Instagram. I have clients who are more on Facebook, right? The universal is the email inbox. I can communicate to my whole list of 10,000 people all with one email. It's very powerful. And it's interesting because when I'm coaching, like I coach my students in my group program Accelerator, and a lot of them just don't send out regular emails. They just don't. And I'm as guilty of it as you all are. Believe me. In my opinion, in the coaching course creator business, we should be sending out a minimum of one email per week. Okay. So if you're not doing that already, sending out one email a week, that's going to nurture existing email lists. It's going to bring in business for yourself. It's going to help, visibility. If anything, even if they don't read the email, they're going to remember you. Right. And so again, thinking about, I just went to a local networking event. I just went to a speaking event. I just went to, I just ran some ads. We've got to get in their email inbox. Critically important. And the other thing that I want to talk about that's really important, and I'm going to say it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, is if we are building a business on social media We do not own that business, right? So part of it is getting it on over to the email list. And I'm thinking I could do training in a couple weeks. There's ways to do that off of social media where it's automated. And so there's all kinds of stuff that's really cool around it. But again, if you're doing the due diligence to grow, I want you to think about, okay, I need to also send that weekly newsletter. Okay. So those are the reasons. I mean, the number one reason, in my opinion, is that we don't own social media, right? So we do own our email list. I can take my list of 10,000, send it out from any email newsletter service. I can take my list of 10,000, I can turn it into a list where I run retargeting ads on Facebook, and it's my list of people that follow me, right? So it's a really, really, really big piece of this. So if this is resonating with you guys at all, give me a heart, give me a like in the chat. And we're going to get into the training in a moment. So today's topic is why it's critically important to send out an email newsletter. Again, everybody asked me for the coaching industry. I recommend one per week, sending it out. And I also love video. So for me, the type of email usually that I'll send out, you'll usually include some form of video as well, just because I like to talk. Okay, so now that we went through the why, and again, I'm going to say this over and over and over, the why is we're building our own email list and consistency, right? So any questions around that, let me know. And then I want to get into the training. So for my students in our accelerator now, I have a lot of people that are on a lot of different email platforms. And everybody does their own thing. The system that I use is Funnel Club. It's my own agency version. And the reason why I use Funnel Club now is because I work with clients to scale their business, right? Grow with ads and grow and scale their business, automate, grow and scale. And so like what I noticed is when I worked a ton of one-on-one clients like last year. Okay. And what I noticed is that every time we went to automate and scale their business, something would break. Right. And if you guys are on many different platforms, let me know which platform you're on. But the reality is that if you're having to band-aid your systems together, if you're having to band-aid your stuff together and also still paying way too much money, definitely need to look at it, right? And so that's why I love my Funnel Club system. And with my students, I give them templates, and I'm going to share a template today, and you guys can absolutely use it. So drop the word email in the chat if you want the template that I'm about to share with you guys today. Other than that, I'm going to dive into the quick training here. All right. So in this training, I'm going to show you guys how to build out an email. All right, here we go. Oh, sorry, guys. I got a little goofed up on the share. Give me 1 second here. It's live, it's all good. All right, so let me see. All right, hopefully you guys can see that okay. It looks like yes. Okay. So now that we're in my software, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to change this up a little so you guys can see it better. I wonder if I can move myself to this corner. Maybe not. Well, I don't think so. All right. So I'll cancel that. I'll leave myself over here. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way. But this is the software I use. So basically, one quick method that I have is you want to create templates for yourself. So if you haven't, if you haven't done that, it is easier. One of the things that I do, and actually let me stop the share because I'm going to share it over on this. I didn't mean to share that one. One of the things that I do to like fast track me so I don't, necessarily, I'm not just sitting there and I'm like, okay, what template do I need to use? What email? So it really comes down to layout and copy, right? What are we talking about and copy? And so what I like to do is I like to have several templates ready to go that I build out ahead of time. So then all I have to do is place in the copy and some graphics, right? So typically I'll do it that way and I'll go through it in a second here. And then we can have ChatGPT obviously help us write the copy. So, which makes everything a lot easier if you've got it all templatized and ready to go. All right. So let me just go ahead and share this again. And let me get down here and show you guys what's up. So we've got email marketing. So like I said, it doesn't matter what platform you use. I prefer Funnel Club because it's an all-in-one solution that I can do everything. And I've been able to save lots and lots of money utilizing this. But so here's my method. Here's what I do. I'll come up with the topic for the week. And typically the topic that I'll pick is based on my live stream. Okay. So I've got, I'm just doing a live stream on the importance of email marketing. So then I will create my content and write my email newsletter around that. That's how I pick my theme. So I pick my topic for the week based on my live stream, and that's going to be my email theme. And then from there, I will go ahead and utilize one of my templates. Okay. And so I'm just going to pick up a template that I have dropped in with my clients. They get email newsletter templates dropped into their accounts just to make their life easier and make it so that they don't have to figure out what they want to say. So in here in my software, we just go to the tab that says marketing, then we go to email, and then I have templates that I built out. So again, whatever software you're using, I recommend building out templates. Okay. And then all you have to do is duplicate those templates and then place in that design and place in that copy. It makes it a lot faster. So it's not like, I heard one of my clients yesterday say, oh, you know what? It's just, I don't want to send out so many email newsletters because it's so much work, right? So how do we take the work out of this, take the restraint or obstacle out of this so that we can actually make it happen? Okay. So I will just go into my templates. And again, I highly recommend building out templates in whatever system you're in. And then we're going to go ahead and clone those templates. So I would just name it, based on the date, 0/13/25, newsletter number 1. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and clone. And from there, I cloned it as a thing. So we want to actually create a campaign. So in this one, we want to create a campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and create the campaign. And then it just picks up the template, which is really, really great. So once the template is picked up, what I like to do is I like to swap in I kind of work top down, okay, to make my life easier. And what I'll do is I place in the graphics first, and then I place in the copy, and then I place in the links, and then I proof it. So that's sort of my method to getting it done. Maybe it'll take me a day or two where it's like I'm working on copy one day, and the second day I'm like proofing it and getting it out. So with this template, I have a logo in here, so I want to swap out the logo. And so I'm just going to, this is just a placeholder, put this one in the trash and add my logo in there. In mine, I like to add a branding folder. So it's really easy for me to grab the information or the, thing that I need, the regular branding. Now it's interesting here. It came in where it's kind of like wonky. So I want to just make it full screen. So it kind of like made it goofy in here. So I'm fixing it up. All right. And so we've got that piece. Now, as we're building this out, I want to actually delete this because I can't, for some reason, change the, I can't change the size of this. And I just feel like it's a little bit large. You can obviously resize this however you want on Canva. But I can also resize it right on here. So let me just do this real quick. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop an image in, and then we're going to go ahead and link it. Maybe, hopefully this will work this time. Otherwise, I won't worry too much about it. So we've got the image here, and then we can go ahead and press this little button here. And then I have my branding folder, and then I'm adding it. So it came in bigger. And then now I can customize, I hope. Yeah, I'll customize it, make it like 200 wide. And that's like a better size. So I don't adjust the width. I only adjust the height, and then it'll populate. Now this one I already had in, but basically what I did is I created a circle graphic in Canva. So it looks really nice up at the top, and then uploaded my image into my brand folder as a circle. And there it is. And then I will skip down here. We'll skip over this for a minute and I'll come back to it. We also have a couple things in here to schedule a call. So if you want to have that, you can create, I use Calendly to do my book of calls, and I have that all set up for everybody. So I will just go ahead and grab my Calendly link, and we're going to go ahead and put that in there. I kind of skipped because I know, so I'm going to grab that and put that in. We also have a graphic for a lead magnet. And so I don't know if I have one handy. I'll see. But so this, we have some content here, and then we just have our freebie, which I always like either having it where Maybe this section, if you had a lead magnet you wanted to give away that week, you could. I also would potentially create and clone as another template and add like some videos and stuff in there as well. Some of my video replays and things like that. So that's another option. But if you've got a lead magnet that you want people to download, then you can go ahead and swap in that image. And again, you just add an image in here. You create the mock-up graphics in Canva, and then you'd add that image. So I'm just going to grab this one again. Again, it came in a little bit goofy, so see how it does that. And I'll just make it like, I just delete out the height, and I'm going to just make a width so it fits like in that spot. So see how that fits nicely. And then we want to have the download. So you're going to put the download direct to the freebie. So we do that. And then we have another opportunity to put in the logo. So I'm going to go ahead and add my logo again at the bottom here. To customize this. And again, it came in a little wonky, so I just go ahead and delete this out, and I'm going to make it 200, maybe smaller. We'll see. Yeah, that looks good. I have my photo already in there. Then you can also switch out the social links as well. I'm not going to go into training on this. These are custom links. They're dynamic links that are set up through the system so that once you set them up one time, it'll just pull in the right information here. So that's great. But I don't have time to go into that whole training today for you guys. So once we have all the images in there, then we want to set in the copy. So the theme for the copy with this is, so I just like wrote something out for my clients, which is, here are 5 books I recommend you read to be successful. So what you could do to, like, if you really wanted to enhance this, right? We could actually, if you really wanted to make this awesome, right? You could basically just talk into ChatGPT, right? And you like type in your 5 favorite business books in ChatGPT and have them, write 5 summaries for you. So you can get this really, really quick, right? Write into ChatGPT, like write an introductory line for me for this copy, and et cetera, and do it that way. I don't have time to go into a whole ChatGPT, but I would just do a prompt that says, here's the 5 books I recommend, for being successful in business as an example, and give me 5, write down 5 different paragraphs so I can write it into an email. Okay. So that I would get, I could easily off of ChatGPT get an intro sentence and get like 5, based on the 5 books I've read and a summary here. So that should be pretty quick. And then we have the call to action down on the bottom. Just reply this email to set up a time to chat. And then we've got the lead magnet. So you want to also fill in the name of your lead magnet. So like I'm working on one right now called a template toolkit for coaches and course creators. So I just typed this up here, template toolkit, which you guys will be getting as soon as it's ready. And then you want to have a quick summary of what it's about. And then you want to link directly to the download button. Okay. So once all the copy and everything is in there, then the next thing that I do is I will go back and I'll go through all the links and make sure all the links in. So imagine, we've got all the images in there. We got all the copy in there. Then the next thing that I do is I make sure, again, all the links are working. So I probably put a link to my website right here on the logos. So I go back around. So first step 1 is I place the images. Step 2 is I place the copy. And step 3 is I place the copy, sorry. And then step 3 is I place the links, and step 4 is I proof. So that came out a little messy, but so I'm going to click on this logo and I'm going to add the link direct to my website right here. I can also come down and do that here as well. So any logos, I always link to my website. And then I would go back and just make sure all the links are working. I'd probably do my picture too. I'll just link that directly to my website. So if they click here, or at the bottom, they'll go to my website. And then we have schedule call, and then we have the toolkit. So you want to make sure that you have that. I don't know if I know of anything offhand I can link it. I don't have a link offhand in my head that I can, maybe I do. Let me go to my website actually. It's so funny. Oh, I've got free training here. Let me do this one. It could be outdated, but there we go. I got to update my website again. All right. So here's this one, group growth guide. So I'm just going to come back in here, and say download my group growth guide. And then I'd link it right in there. And then I have so I'd link it right to the guide so they can download it. And then I would also, put a mock-up graphic that's similar to what I have going on my landing page. Okay. So once it's done, and then you're going to want to cut and paste your copy in here as well. And so the last thing that I would do also is you want to click on these different social links up here. And you click this little, once I'm on the social links, there's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn that I like to do. And I can click this little box and put the URL straight to my social for all that works. Okay. Next, so after I have placed in the copy, added in the ad design graphics, and made sure all the links are working, the next step that I do is I will save it and I will test it. So I will save it. And then what I like to do is I'll press this button that says send and schedule. In this, we can preview in the browser. So I like to first look at how does it look? How does it look in the browser, which is really nice. And you can kind of see here. It also shows a spam score, which is great. It's going to be coming soon. I don't know. So you can look in here on mobile and see, does the layout on the side here look okay? So I'll look at the layout and just make sure nothing is wonky as an example. And that looks pretty good, or the spacing's off. And then typically what I'll do is I'll scroll down and I will send a test email. So you're going to click right here. And I'll send a test email to myself right here because what I want to do is I want to proof, like, again, the layout looks okay. Typically, I'll, like, when it goes into as a test email on my email inbox, I'll click every single link. And then also, I'll make sure that, what else was I going to say? The last thing is I'll make sure that, everything links correctly, and I'll just read through it in the email inbox just to catch any like errors or, grammatical errors, things like that. So once I know that it's good to go, and everything is proofed, that's definitely a very important part. I'll tell you, whenever I have something that's a little bit off, people are always like, you spelled this wrong or whatever. They always tell me. So definitely do that due diligence. Now, I recommend scheduling it. I prefer for business to schedule out my emails Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you don't get to it, it's fine. Like, I didn't get to my email this week, so what? I will send it out, on the weekend. I don't care. So the main thing is you just really need to get, I recommend getting consistent around it, and making sure you just regularly schedules. But ideally, you want to schedule them out to go in the morning if it's during the work week. A lot of people say that Sunday night is another good time to do it. I haven't tested it. Usually I just we'll send it out 7 a.m. the next day. And then who it's from, that would be from me. Then very important, you want to have a subject line. And again, I would test out some ChatGPT lines. Usually I like to, I could drop in ChatGPT and be like, here's the email, please write 5 curiosity email subject lines that will get opens. And the email subject line is the most important piece, because if you don't have a curiosity or inducing subject line, they're not going to open, right? And so definitely run that through ChatGPT and make sure that you've got an engaging subject line. And then you should be good to go. All right. So then we would just go ahead and schedule it to send out. Now, you should have contacts already in your database. With ours, they should already be loaded in. So you pick the contacts that you want to send to, and then you can review and schedule it to send out. All right. So I hope this is really helpful. Again, really, really important to be consistent with sending out our email newsletters. And I think consistency, right? For the people that I follow online, that are successful, they're definitely sending out regular email newsletters. And so I hope this training was very, very helpful for today. And you're inspired to send some emails out. All right, I'm gonna just check in for a second here and make sure. I'm gonna look and see if I have any questions at all on my profile. Let me see. I'm gonna just end the chat here. Okay, and then we'll see if we have any questions at all. Do you guys have any questions at all? Let me know in the chat, and I will get to them. I don't know. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to just check in, and then I'll be off for the day because I've got my call, my coaching call coming up. All right. Let me see if anyone's on with me and anyone has questions. I don't see anything come through, but let me just do a quick check, and then I'll be off for the day. I don't see anybody come through. Give me 1 second here. All right. I think we are good to go. All right, guys. I'll be back next Thursday. Have a beautiful day. Bye.